Good morning. I'm going to try to keep this one short. I've tried to do this a couple times and it didn't work out due to technical difficulties. So let's see how it goes. Right here in my saved articles on Ground News, I have back-to-back articles that should raise red flags for people, but will they? So the first one is Trump praises QAnon supporters. They love our country. Left 47%, 23% center, right 30%. So he basically states that he doesn't know much about them, but what he gets is that they support him. They love our country. They don't like what they're seeing in Portland and Chicago and New York. That I've heard these are people that love our country and they just don't like what they're seeing. The fact of the matter is that anybody that's going to ring his bell, that's going to fly his flag, he has trouble denouncing, despite the fact that none of these QAnon theories have actually panned out. It's some anonymous individual or individuals putting out little drips and drops that other people are supposed to be translating, kind of like a modern day Nostradamus, but it's more like a Nostradamus, and none of it's actually true. Look at the shit from the Pizzagate. Okay, you can't denounce these people because they support him, and because their numbers of support grow, even though the FBI and other law enforcement have stated that they are people that we need to keep an eye on for terroristic incidents. And then we have Laura Loomer over here getting her nomination. Far-right Republican candidate banned from social media sites because of her racist and anti-Muslim speech is celebrating a congressional primary victory in Florida while embracing her role as a general election underdog in a heavily Democratic district that President Donald Trump calls home. Incumbent Lois Frankel, 72, has been a political fixture for decades in the Palm Beach County District, where the only Republican to ever run against her in 2016 lost by 27 percentage points. But that didn't stop 27-year-old Laura Loomer from trumpeting her resounding win over 5 other candidates Tuesday in the Republican primary. Loomer received 43% of the vote, or 14,500 votes out of a total 34,000 votes cast. We flipped cancel culture on its head, Loomer wrote on Parler, a right-wing site similar to Twitter, where she describes herself as the most banned woman in the world. We're voting for somebody who takes pride in the fact that she's been banned from multiple social media sites because of her anti-Muslim and provocative statements. This is who we're putting up, just like Marjorie Taylor Greene, just like Lauren Witzke in Delaware. Okay, these far-right nuts that are nationalist, that spout these QAnon theories. These are the people that we're going against. If you're not voting, then you're letting these people walk right in the door. Okay? And then we can end up with situations like these. Russian opposition politician Navalny poisoned, hospitalized. This is not the first time. It's not the first time. Okay? Russian opposition politician Alexei Navalny is in a coma and on a ventilator in a hospital intensive care unit in Siberia after falling ill from suspected poisoning during a flight, his spokeswoman said Thursday morning. The 44-year-old foe of Russia's President Vladimir Putin felt unwell on a flight back to Moscow from Tomsk, a city in Siberia, and was taken to a hospital after the plane made an emergency landing in Omsk, Kira Yarmish said on Twitter. Sorry if I'm butchering these words. He's in a coma in grave condition, she said on Twitter. She also told the Echo Moscow radio station that during the flight, Navalny was sweating and asked her to talk to him so that he could focus on the sound of a voice. He then went to the bathroom and lost consciousness. Okay, doctors are saying the toxin was absorbed quicker with hot liquid. Right? Last year, Navalny was rushed to a hospital from prison where he was serving a sentence following an administrative arrest with what his team said was suspected poisoning. Doctors then said he had a severe allergic attack and discharged him back to prison the following day. So our president's man, Vladimir Putin, again seems to be poisoning people that are in opposition to him. There's a really good book called From Russia with Blood, and it details how basically he's had put to death so many people that disagree with his platform, his dictatorship. In fact, Russia used to be a democracy. Now Putin's on how many years in office? What did Donald Trump say recently? That he needs to have a third term because they spied on him or something? That's not in the Constitution, buddy. You served your term, okay? But it's these things that draw us closer to autocracy. It's these things that we're allowing to occur. When are we going to stop it? When are we going to actually fact check, make the decisions based upon evidence instead of memes? Because if you actually do that, if you actually sit down and look at evidence with an unbiased perspective, without somebody yapping in your ear, you're going to agree that we are in a constitutional crisis. Okay? You got the GOP in Tennessee trying to outlaw protesting, which is in the First Amendment. We need to get it together. Anyway, I'm at WIKWEKO on Twitter, IndigPatriot.com. Please join me. 7 minutes and 20 seconds.